A tale as old as time. Man versus beast, human versus animal. And as humans have evolved and gotten better at things and more technical and intelligent, they have risen to be the apex predators of the animal kingdom with no natural hunters besides possibly other humans. And now that apex predator seat is being challenged by a simple inquiry. And that question is, would one gorilla beat 100 humans in a fight? Let's explain. I am no scientist, but I am a human, so my answers may be a little bit biased. Now let's get into it, right? So hypothetically, if this were to happen and this gorilla saw 100 grown men like running towards the gorilla, I'm sure the gorilla wouldn't just stand there, start beating his chest, acting like this was his last day on earth and get ready to fight. No, the gorilla would run away. Like if the gorilla just by itself, no children, no nothing, and it has nothing to defend, why would it sit there and fight? The gorilla has nothing to gain. But if the gorilla was like backwards to the wall, they're in an enclosed space, 100 dudes rushing at the gorilla, and the gorilla sits there and gets ready to fight, the people that are charging at the front have to understand that some of them are gonna die. All of you aren't gonna survive. The only way that men win this, or the humans win this, is if they realize some of them gotta go. Like not all of you can sit here and tell the story. Now the dudes at the far back, they'll probably live, but they have to have this mob mentality that they all have to die for the cause to win. Like simply. Now, to make the odds more in humans' favor, you could give you could select all the 100 people from Florida, just off the street, random people, and then inject methamphetamines directly into their bloodstream. Okay, no smoking it, no nothing, directly there. So once their people start getting big and they start getting hyped up, that's when they go charge a gorilla. Guaranteed, the mortality rate dropped to maybe like 15%, because some of them are gonna start fighting each other. But the gorilla is cooked. Give the humans a slight buff and it's an even wider margin of victory. But with no buff, the humans are still winning. And I know that the first people in the charge will more than likely be torn limb from limb, because gorillas are significantly stronger than humans. Their bite force is strong, their skin is tougher, their bones are more dense. All of that, they're stronger, right? But when you have so many of something, you're gonna lose. Like, do you think you could beat like 400 like third graders in a fight? You'll probably get through a good couple of them, but eventually the numbers will be overwhelming and you'll probably fall and lose. Now, me personally, I could 100% 1v1 a gorilla and win. Just give me a little bit of methamphetamine in my system and maybe like some brass knuckles and it's barbecue chicken. I have to get at least a little bit of an advantage because it's a 1v1. But if we were in the wild and there was a gorilla that was like just gonna charge me or something, hopefully he can catch me. I'm sure gorillas run really fast, but genuinely, you've never seen how fast you can really run until your life is on the line. Your legs will carry you more than you think you can. And that gorilla's not catching me. I'm not going to just 1v1 a random gorilla in the forest. Now let's add some more spice to this 100 men versus gorilla hypothetical. Give one person a gun. Do you think that these people will be able to act functionally? I feel like they'll all push the person with the gun into the front, and then the person with the gun is going to get torn to bits by the gorilla. Now the gorilla has a gun versus like 99 other people. Are we gonna really sit here and let this happen? Like, if they gave me the gun, personally, I'm just gonna start shooting people in the crowd. No, like, I'm gonna start shooting like above the crowd a little bit so they can understand to let me through, so I can still have some cover and shoot at the gorilla, but I can move around so it doesn't know where it's getting shot at from. You know what I mean? Now, I feel like there are other hypotheticals that are way more fun. Like, could you and like two of your good friends beat one kangaroo in a fight? Maybe. Like, I'm not talking about one of those like ABC channel like Disney kangaroos. I'm talking about one of like 6'5" buff ass kangaroos that'll really knock you off your shit. Would you be able to beat one of those kangaroos with two of your other friends? Why? Like, there's so many more fun iterations of this thing with less people and more of a risk, but it's still a possible win. Like, could you go in the water and strangle one dolphin one-on-one? Could you do that? Maybe. I don't know. Now, if we were able to cherry pick 100 dudes, I guarantee the humans would win. Like, if I could pick like people personally, like not just 100 randoms. Like I would pick extremely large and strong humans to beat the gorilla, because then we'll be evening out the playing field. Like the gorilla is big and strong, but this dude is like that I'm gonna pick would be like 6'9", at least 300 pounds. Now that evens out the playing field. And if I have 106'9", 300 pound dudes, I'm sure the gorilla would be less likely to fight. But if we're being completely realistic in this situation, if I was in that 100 dude group and I was like number 4 coming up, like running at the gorilla, and I see him rip off the heads of 2 people and disembowel the third that was running at him, I'm gonna turn my ass back around and run the other way. Because what do I look like charging in to fight a gorilla for absolutely no reason? I'm gonna start using so much logical thinking. Like, why are we here? We literally live separate from gorillas. Gorillas live in the wild, humans live in houses. Why are we fighting this gorilla? Now, hypothetically, I would never put myself in that situation. Like generally, you'll never catch me in, like, no, like, just no, because I can imagine running at the gorilla and seeing the gorilla just start fading niggas. Like, he just, like, 10 people going, 20 people going, 30 people going. And I can imagine the gorilla just tearing through everyone because it's, you know, fearing for his life. But who will know? I'm never gonna join any challenge like that. That's really all I got for y'all today. Wanted to hop on the little funny trend with the 100 gorillas versus like 100 men versus 1 gorilla. It's really funny to think about, but that's really it. I love all y'all. I'll see y'all very soon.